You know you're a bad hero when even when you're good, you're boring. And that's what's happened to poor Dragon Knight. Throughout all of the pro scene, DK's had an above average win rate and is yet never picked or banned because given the choice between winning TI with a Dragon Knight pick and losing TI with a fun hero, everybody picks the latter. There's this guy on Dotabuff with over 3,644 games as DK. If the average length is say 30 minutes, that's 76 days of consecutive Dragon Knight games. Why does he do it? Why is DK the hero that he goes to every single game? Does he know something that we don't? Well, considering I'm not him, and he's not making the guide I am, I guess really dwelling on it is sort of for nothing. We can all just sit here wondering forever. DK is sporting the closest to 50% win rate out of every hero in the game, which I feel really sort of sums him up pretty well. He's just average. He's got a stun, he's got an AoE nuke, he's got an ultimate. Cool. So what does he do that nobody else does? Other than be voiced by the Candyman?
You're mine now.
Dragon Knight is boring because he's so vanilla. You have access to everything and so you excel at nothing. It's the same reason you think Fallout 4 was a great game, and now, slowly, you won't. Because it gives you everything right off the bat, and didn't make you need to work for anything. It's the same as when you fall in love with that one actress from that one TV show, and you see some nudes leaked online, and you look them up and go, oh, I wanted to see this until I did, and now there's nothing else. Allegedly. It's no fault of DK that he's given everything of himself out there immediately, but because of it, there's nothing else to discover. That's why he's boring. That's why, even though you know he's always there, waiting for you to notice him, you go to the meepers and the pudges. They don't treat you nice like DK does, they don't hold your hand, but that's what draws you to them. So let's give DK something you gotta work for to witness. Let's grease him up. I didn't mean, I mean, like the movie Grease, where Sandy, pick him whenever you want. Whenever you want. Usually we take him mid, he can go safe lane carry, he can maybe go off lane, he counters everything. He's got bursts, but he's also got a DOT, he's a carry, he's also an anti-carry. Okay, to save time, let me list when not to pick him. Being the tank that he is through HP regen, armor, and innate HP, maybe don't pick him against Necrophos, the pure damage of OD, Timber, and Enigma, and the HP regen countering an Ancient Apparition. Other than that, go wild. He counters every archetype, illusions, man fighters, zip zappers. The only thing he loses to is time itself. When you spend so much time together that you just lose interest. The first date, game, is great. He makes you laugh, he tells stories, he shows you this one trick where he breathes fire. And then, fast forward, you've moved in with him. And that's all he does. He breathes fire. And you realize how bored you are with him. So maybe you give that cute Huskar a call, just to chat, like strictly platonic. He shoots fire too. And you realize it's not Huskar that you're into, it's anything that isn't Dragon Knight. You realize that you need change. And so Dragon Knight comes home, and you're not there anymore. Dragon Knight's really shooting himself in the foot with the whole fighting off boredom thing. This is the build you will go every single game. You might get more in Q, more in E, but you never get another level in stun. Ever. Breathe Fire, like all of DK's spells, is a 0-point cast animation. Ooh, it's a spark, that's new, not every hero does that. But it's not enough to stoke Dying Flames. It's got a 500 cast range, but can hit 900 damage away, and for 11 seconds reduces base damage by 35% on an 11-second cooldown. Also known as Zero Downtime. Dragon Tail's the longest level 1 stun, it just has a cast range of none at all. When you pop your ult, the cast range goes up to 400, 100 less than your attack range of 500. And then there's Dragon Blood, a spell that I literally can't tell you anything that you don't know. And then there's Elder Dragon Form. Elder Dragon Form makes DK a ranged dragon for a minute on a 2-minute cooldown. At level 1 you get a DOT that works fully on buildings. At level 2 you get a splash attack, splashing 100% of damage to anything in 150 range, then 75% damage past 225 range, then 50% at 300. That also applies the DOT from before. At level 3 you get a Scardy pretty much. 30% movement speed slow, 30 attack speed slow, 3-second duration, and full radius. It hits every single person in that 300 radius. Splash attack means you're one of the rare ranged heroes who can efficiently farm ancients, or enemy heroes. I'm of the belief that every fight you're having should be a fight you're having with your ult on if it's available. Not only does it last long enough to go from taking a fight to taking a tower, using it early means that you get more out of it than using it too late and then dying, whereupon it just deactivates. With all I've said about DK being this blank piece of paper in terms of what you do with him, you'd be surprised to realize how limited he is. Oh, you want to go treads into Armlet into BKB? How bland, how ordinary. Live a little, man. Come on. For once in your life, do something crazy. Rush a Mask of Madness. Get 3 braces. Hey. Okay. Start off as if you were going to do a sane build. We're going to go mid. So start off with Tangos, a Quelling Blade, and a Stout Shield. Pretty typical stuff. You can trick the enemy into thinking you're doing something smart here, and then immediately change it up. Instead of treads, go phase. Instead of BKB, go Mask of Madness. Have some fun with it. I mean, you don't need to worry about the armor loss, and the silence isn't a problem. And then go Soul Ring instead of Bottle. Spam Breathe Fire on the Ancient Creep so you get a big stack going. Throw any notion of familiarity to the ground to do something truly spontaneous. And then realize that you're just playing a subpar Medusa. Then drop DK altogether for Medusa. Because there are just some heroes out there who you can try to mold into what you want them to be, until you realize the hero you want them to be is anyone but who they are. And then at the end of all things, you realize why that guy from the intro only plays DK. Because it's warm, and it's cozy, and it's familiar. And in this harsh world we live in, it's a rare thing to always have a place to go and a person to go back to. And with it comes the idea of just not progressing, you know? You see these couples who meet in high school and marry for 120 years before dying together in the same town that they were both born in, and part of you goes, "Aw," but the other goes, "That's it? They spent their entire life in the same place doing the same thing? Did they never want to experience something new?" And you realize how much you're not that sort of person who can do that. And more power to the DK spammer who is, but I gotta get out there on my own and experience more of what the world has for me. And that's why, Sandy, I'm breaking up with you.